Hi, it's Ash from Rally Raid. We're here at Pure Triumph in Wellingborough, which is our local Triumph dealer. Now, as you all know, we have taken on the Triumph Scrambler 400X now, and we're just going to give you a bit of a talk on why we chose this bike. It's a little bit out of our usual range, and also what we're planning on doing with it, future developments. So the first thing we liked about the bike, really, after seeing it at ECMA, it fits in with our ethos. So it's a light, small capacity bike that you can take out on a solo trail ride or just round some local twisties at the weekend. And that it has a lot of potential. It's the right price point. Most of the bikes we work on seem to be sitting around that £6,000, the ones we've worked on recently. And as for potential, we've got things like the bike coming with the magnesium wheels, we have non-adjustable suspension, and a few other accessories that just make it a bit more capable off-road. So the first thing we do when we get started with a project like this is we'll just go out and buy the bike and start riding it around, see how we feel, see if it ticks our boxes, and we definitely got on pretty well with it. The engine's nice and pokey. It's very good ergonomically. I'm 6'4", I did not feel cramped on the bike, which was nice. So then the limitations soon started coming through with the suspension. It was quite squat on the front. It definitely sits nose heavy. It's a bit harsh. Going through the corners, you can feel it loading up, and the steering just did not want to go where you wanted it to go. So the first thing we did was took apart the forks, and we had a look inside to see what was going on. And the first thing we found was that the travel wasn't quite the 150mm that is stated on the Triumph in the front. It's probably down to a few factors such as your top out spring that are just soaking up some of that extra travel. But as it was front heavy, we felt like a true 150 properly sprung would be a good starting point. We've opted for 2 cartridges, the rebound and compression in each leg, 2 independent cartridges rather than the combined that we use on something like the CRF. So this allows you to independently control the rebound and compression damping as well as the preload on each leg. So our cartridge replaces 100% of the internals on the fork, so there's no need to reuse old parts. It's just a straight bolt in, bolt out component. In line with the front suspension, we also developed a replacement shock. We'll have an OEM travel shock, again with the 150mm of rear wheel travel, and we'll also have a lowered shock, which will be adjustable with this eyelet at the end, giving you 20 to 50mm lowered seat height, so actually from the seat itself. A few features on this shock that we have introduced in line with Nitron suspension. After we developed the CRF 300 shock, we found a few issues with adjusting preload without a preload adjuster. Access to the damping controls could be a little bit fiddly. So for this shock, mounted this way up in the bike, you can now manually screw the preload in and out on the shock, as well as adjusting your damping here without having to use any tools. So the adjuster on the bottom will give you a combined compression and rebound adjustment. This is 80% compression, 20% rebound. So with the rear shock combined with the cartridges, we found this drastically improved the handling. The bike was way more easier into the corners, way more balanced, and definitely more capable off-road as well, with some light rut work and just gravel tracks. Just a way more planted overall ride. So as commonly found on the budget bikes, you have the magnesium wheels. Now, for most applications that this bike's going to be going through, there's nothing really wrong with these. We just like to go for the more versatile option, the better looking option that we make ourselves in-house here. So our wheel sets, the hubs themselves are machined all in-house using our 5-axis CNC machines. We then lace them into these Gold XL rims over at Bart Tubeless, who then install their tubeless system. These complete wheel sets will give you a few different options. First of all, you can run them tubeless. If you have any punctures, obviously you can just plug them. If you have a failure in the tubeless system, they have repair kits to repair this, although we've never had a failure in the time we've been using Bart tubeless. The rear tyre or the rear rim is narrower, so you can accept a 130, 140 tyre, a bit more suited for the off-road. And then there's always the option on these Bart tubeless systems to remove the valve, and then you can run the tube inside anyway. So we predominantly use soft luggage whenever we're on our solo kind of trail ride stuff. It's a bit more versatile, a bit more less hard fixings. So when we got the OEM 400X, we were looking for options around the back of the bike where we could mount your straps to secure your luggage to the bike. So as you can see, we've got the detachable rear seat separate from the front seat, unlike the Speed, which has the one-piece seat. So we came up with an idea that we're going to use the original seat mounting to have a detachable rear rack. So this will allow you, when you're going on your solo travels, to just lock your rear rack in and attach your bag. And then when you're done, you can release it and refit the OEM seat for just riding around your local lanes. We also have the soft luggage rack side rails to help stop it from going into the exhaust. These also fit with the OEM seat, so there is no need to detach these whilst you're fitting and removing the rear rack. So I hope you enjoyed everything we had to show in the video. We're really excited about this project. All the products will be available very soon, so keep an eye on our Facebook or our Instagram to see what other projects we've got in the pipeline or release dates for the current products we've shown you.